Your store design matters, not only because it affects your visitors' experience with your brand, but also because it affects your ability to convert those visitors into customers and into lifelong followers. Learning how to customize your store is a very essential skill to any e-commerce store owner. It's very important to learn how you can adjust your store so it looks exactly like you want it to look. Especially now with the latest Shopify update, Shopify Online Store 2.0, because it allows you a very high level of customization. So now you can have the store you are dreaming about without the need to hire any web developer and without the need to do any coding. Hi there, I am Rihab, and on this YouTube channel I share with you videos related to e-commerce, entrepreneurship and more. And today's video is a step-by-step tutorial that shows you how you can use Shopify 2.0. Previously on this YouTube channel I have published a video that showed you how to use Shopify 2.0 with the default Shopify theme, which is called Down. It's a free theme. In today's video, I'm going to use a much more professional theme, and this video was actually requested by one of my clients who wants to move to this new theme. This theme is very professional and the level of customizations that you are going to see is incredible. Before moving to my screen and starting this tutorial, there are 3 things that I want to ask you. The first thing, I want to ask you to like this video, because by liking it, you will help it to reach more and more people. The second thing is to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell, because in this way you will get notified each time I publish a new video. And the third thing is I want to invite you to sign up to my free workshop. In this workshop, I show you step by step how you can create a sustainable e-commerce business. So if you are interested, please go down and sign up. It's 100% free and you don't need to pay anything. Even though I'm going to use a specific theme on this tutorial, you have to know that almost everything I'm going to do applies to any theme you are working on, as long as it was updated to Shopify 2.0. If you want to know which themes were updated to meet Shopify 2.0, just go to Shopify Themes Store and check the available themes in there. In this video, I'm not only going to show you how to customize your store, I'm also going to show you how to unleash the power of Shopify 2.0 to create a highly converting Shopify store, a store that can actually convert your visitors into customers. So, if this is something you want, I highly recommend you to watch this video up until the end. I'm pretty sure that you are going to learn a lot of things and a lot of tips and tricks that will greatly help you to improve your store performance. And now let's move to my screen and let's start customizing your Shopify store based on Shopify 2.0. So this is the theme that I'm going to use in this tutorial, and I'm going to download this theme as a trial on my trial Shopify store. In here, I'm going to click on Customize Theme, and I'm going to move to my Theme Editor, which is the place where we are going to do all the magic. The first thing we are going to do is to go to Theme Settings and to check all the settings in here. This is actually very essential because in here you set up your own branding like colors, fonts, things like that. You also set up your favicon, everything you need like general rules on your store. So I'm going to start with the colors. In here, you enter your brand colors. With this theme, you can actually modify all the colors on your store. This kind of customization or this level of customization would not be available in free themes or in like less professional themes. So most probably, if you are using a different theme than this one, you wouldn't see all of these options in here. I'm going to start in here to explain these things to you. So for example, in here we start with the text. So by modifying these colors, we are actually modifying the colors of the text on our store. Starting in here by changing the base color, which means almost all the text color on our store. Here you change the links. So let's say you are linking inside of a text to something else, maybe another product from your store. This is how the link will look. Usually it's blue in life. Here, for example, it's gray. You can modify it as you wish. Here you are changing the link's hover color, which means when the mouse is near the link, the color would be changing to match the one I have entered in here. In here you change your headings color, in here you change your store name color, and in here you change your sale prices. Let me play around a little bit in here to show you how all of this will be reflected on your store. So let me change this to, let me scroll down a little bit in here. Let me change this to a total, for example, black. As you can see, the color in here is changing as I'm changing the colors from this window. So if I go in here to change, for example, the heading color, I'm going to change it into red so you can see the difference. And as you scroll down, you can see that now the title colors is red. If I go in here and change this, for example, into green, I can see it changing from here. So for sure, you have to choose the colors that fit your branding. And we have talked before about branding on this YouTube channel. If you didn't check out the video about branding, I highly recommend you to check it out. We talked in there about fonts, colors, and all things related to your branding. After changing your text colors, you move down in here, and in here you can change the primary buttons colors. This is also very essential because your button is your call to action and you want it to pop up. You want everyone to be able to see it directly. Let me move to a product page to show you how you can actually spot the difference. So I'm going in here to products, I'm going to default product, and I'm going to change the colors in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to scroll down. As you can see, the button color now is blue. I'm going to change it to red, for example. And now it's red. This second color is the one that will show when I put my mouse on the button. I can change it, for example, to blue. And now when I'm here, the color is blue. In here you change the text color. Let me put it black, for example, and now it's black. Okay? So this is how you change your button. This is the secondary button. The background is white. The text and border is black, and in here you can change this, for example, to, let me change it to green, and I can change this, for example, to blue. Well, obviously I'm using very extreme colors because I want to show you how these colors are actually showing on the theme. However, for your own store, you must be using your own brand colors and you must stick to them. I'm going to go back in here and leave this as black and leave this as white. I guess this looks way better. In here, I can change the color of the background. So I can, for example, make it red, which means I'm changing the color of the whole store. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it white. I can select an image to be the background of my store. I also don't recommend you to do that. However, this is an option that you have with this theme. In here, you can change the header, the background color, the text, everything. If you scroll down in here, you have the main menu, which means the menu you have in here. You can change the colors also. If you go down in here, you can change the store messages colors and so on. I'm not going to continue with the colors because, as I told you before, these options are very related to the theme you are using. After finishing with the colors and digging down all the options, I now recommend you to go to typography. Typography is where you choose the fonts of your store. So if I click in here, I can change, for example, the font of the heading. Let's say, for example, I'm going to pick this one. In here also, I can go and I can change the type of the font, whether I want it bold, bold italic, or extra bold, and things like that. So I'm going to click on select. And now if you scroll down in here, you can, for example, change it to make it all capitalized or not. You can change the body and buttons font. You can change the navigation menu, which means this part in here. And you can change the store name. Also in here, you can change the sizes of the headings and everything. So let's say, for example, I want to make my headings bigger. Let me go to the home page to show you. So I can make this from this section. Let me make it much more bigger. So as you can see now, the font size is changing. Also, I can change the base text font size and so on. For the buttons, I can change the style to make it all capitals or not, and to make it sharp or not. So this is for the buttons. Let me show you what this means. If you go in here to the product page, here is my button, and now it's sharp, which means the angles are sharp. Let me change it to slightly rounded, and now, as you can see, the angles are slightly rounded. After changing this section in here, you go to the collections. In here, you must know that you are changing inside of the collection list page. So from here, you go to collection list. And when you change things in here, you will be changing this page. So I'm going in here to change the image size, for example, to have it, let's say, portrait. As you can see now, the images are bigger. Let me go in here, for example, to change the image alignment to bottom left. So as you can see, the photos are changing. In here, I can remove the product count if I wish, like this. So it would disappear from here. This section is for the collection list page, okay, precisely. If you go in here to the product section, in here you would be changing the collection page. So I'm going to default collection and I'm going to show you how you would be changing the product grid. So here I am inside of the default collection page. And you have to know that after Shopify 2.0, you are now able to create templates for your collection pages and for your product pages. And this is actually one of the most amazing things about this new update, because now you can create very customized pages on your store. So now everything I'm doing is to change the default collection page. If I want to change or to create another template for my collection pages, I need to create the template and I need to go back to my collections and I need to assign this new template to this specific collection. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do that later in this video. So as I told you before, with this section in here, I'm changing the collection page. In here, I'm changing the image shape inside of the product grid. So let me change it, for example, to square. Let me, for example, here choose center for alignment. As you can see, the text now is centered. In here, you can choose to show additional images or not. So if you want people to see additional images of your product when they hover over the product or when they are on mobile, you can make this like ticked. So in this way, this option will be available. In here, you can show variants, and in here you can precise the variants you want to show, okay? So for example, here we have color, if you want to have the size, if you want to have, for example, the length, I'm not sure what you are working with, you add the variants in here. And in here, you are precising how the quick buy link would be shown. It's very important to understand what this is. So let's say, for example, I'm in here and I want to buy this product quickly, okay? I can click here on quick buy. So instead of going to the product page, I would be buying this product directly on this page. So now if I click on quick buy, I see the product in here and I can add the product to my cart from here directly, because this is the option I have precised. Let's say, for example, I'm going to put, for example, whole product. So if I'm clicking on in here, I can see this product in here without seeing a button like I used to see with this option. I recommend you to keep it as button because many people would need to see this option before clicking, okay, to know that this option is actually available. In here, you can disable the quick buy button. I wouldn't do that. I prefer actually to keep it as button. In here, you can choose to show or to hide dynamic checkout button. I recommend you to keep it this way because many people like to buy directly without the need to going into several steps. So this could be very helpful for your conversion rate. In here, we are changing the overlay labels. Let me explain a little bit this to you. So overlay labels are labels that you see when you have, for example, products that they are on sale or maybe they are new and things like that. In order to tell Shopify which product and which label you want to give to each product, you must add a tag. So for example, if you want to say that product 1 and 2 and 3 are on sales, you have to give the tag sales for those products, and in this way the theme will know that those products are on sale. And or let's say, for example, that other products are new in, so you have to add the tag new, and in this way the theme will know that those products are new and you will see the new label on the products. Let me show you a little bit how this goes. I'm going to my store, to my products, and I'm going to pick one product and I'm going to assign the new tag to this product. This usually depends on your theme. Some themes have different ways of assigning labels, but usually it comes to tags. So I'm going in here and inside of the tags, I'm going to add a new and I'm going to save. So let me go back in here. Let me refresh, save this and refresh it. So this is the product that I have assigned the tag to. I'm going in here to choose to show it by tag. So as you can see now, I can see the tag UN in here. You can also choose by collection or you can choose by date. Okay, so this is for the UN. Let me see how it goes for the sale, for example. So in here, it's simply when you put an item on sale, you will see it. So let me go back to the same product and let me put it on sale. So now going back in here, we can see the sales label. So in order to see the sales label, you must put the product first on sale. And if you want to show the new in label, you must either add a tag or assign a collection or tell the theme to assign the label by using the date, like in here from here. Okay, so this is how you work with the labels. To change the colors and everything, you have to go back to the theme settings, to colors, and from there you change the labels colors. So after this section, let's move on to this section where we show sale label. We have talked about that, show sold out label and show pre-order label. So it depends on you, but I usually like to show sold out label and show sale label. Okay, now going to the variants, and here we can choose whether you want the variants to be listed or to be dropped down. So let me move to a product page because this will change how the variants will look inside of the product page. And here I'm going to the default product page. This is the product I have chosen, and as you can see, these are the variants. Now they are showing as listed, like as small buttons. If I choose to change this into drop down, now I will be seeing a drop down in here. It's actually a little bit funny, but having listed variants is usually better for user experience because it's easier for people to click on buttons compared to like clicking on the drop down menu and seeing the options. So if you can use a listed variant style, I highly recommend you to do that. Sometimes you have many styles, their names are big, so you can't use this option. But if you can like minimize the names of the variants, keep it simple, like make the variants in a list style, this could be good for your store conversion rate and for your store user experience. After changing that, you can choose to enable swatches or not. Swatches are the colors in here that you see. So let's say, for example, you offer this product in red, blue, and for example, yellow. You can show in here swatches that reflect the colors like red, yellow, green. So if you enable this, you will see that this red circle will disappear. If you keep it, you will see that it appears. Okay, in here you can change how the swatches will be working. So usually it works by color, like by default when you say red, when you call the variant red, usually the theme by itself know that red is the color red and assign the true color. Or you can, for example, assign a special image to a special variant. You can also do that. Each theme is different, so for this theme we have to click here on learn more to learn more about the options that this theme provides. But if you want to keep it simple, you can always go with the colors provided by the theme. Otherwise, go and learn more and see how your own theme will be adjusting and will be working with the swatches. For example, for this theme, you can upload a PNG image file where the file name matches the option value in lowercase with spaces replaced by hyphens, which means, so if you have a variant that's called dark blue, if you upload a photo with this name, dark-blue.png, the swatch in here, the small circle, will be directly changed to be this image that you have uploaded. So if, for example, you have like variants that they are not simply colors like red or yellow or things like that, you can upload an image with the exact name of the variant, but you must respect the rules mentioned in here. The theme will directly use your image as the swatch in here. In some themes, this option is available, but working with it is a little bit more complicated. In here, they made it way simpler. In here, you have the product reviews, and in order to make the product reviews available, you have to download Shopify Product Reviews app, which is a free app, and you just have to download it, and you click here on Show Rating on Product Page beside the price, which means the rating will be shown in here, as you can see. And in here, you can show rating on collection pages. I highly recommend you to keep both of these options live because social proof is very essential for your store conversion rate and for convincing people to buy from you. After finishing with the product section, you move on to social media section where you have to provide all the links for all the social media profiles of your brand. So it's Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, and so on. You can even add a custom link. So for example, if you have a profile on a social media platform that this team doesn't include, you can add your own customized social media link, which is something very good. Okay, you select the icon and you put your link. After this section, we move on to the search section, and here you just modify the search options. So what people see when they go in here to the search bar. So you can click on enable search suggestions, so you can show vendor, show price, and so on. Okay, I'm going to keep that as it is. Now let's move to the favicon. The favicon is the small photo you see in here. This is small Shopify logo. This is the favicon. Okay, so you have to select an image and to use it as your favicon. Usually it should be maybe your logo or the initial letters of your store name or anything similar, but this is the favicon. You must add a favicon because it makes your store look much more professional. After the favicon, you have the cart. This is actually a very good option. So let's say, for example, I'm adding this product to the cart. When I click in here, I see this drawer, which it tells me what is the product that I have added, how many products I have in my cart, what's the subtotal, and if I want to directly go to the cart or if I want to keep shop. Okay, I can change this and keep it to page with this, which means when I click now on add to cart, I will be moving to the cart page. So as you can see now, I'm inside of the cart page. Concerning the conversion rate, it's better to test these two options and see which one is better for your conversion rate. Now moving to the animation, I'm going to keep it on. With animation, I can see like the text and the image being animated when I'm scrolling. I like this effect, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, now moving to the checkout. Now I'm changing things inside of the checkout page. So from here, I recommend you to go to checkout. The first thing you are changing in here is the background image. Let me choose a background image. Let's say this one. So now I have my image in here. You can also add a logo and change the position of the logo and the logo size, whatever you want. You can also change the main content area. So for example, you can select a color or you can select, for example, an image. Let me select a color to show you. So now I made it red. You can also change the field's colors. I recommend you to keep this simple because you want to keep the experience familiar, okay? So I would go with an image and the logo, and this is it. You can also go in here and change other options related to the order summary and things like that. Here you can change the headings, or you can keep it as your theme because this is better for keeping the same branding experience. In here you can change the button colors. I recommend you to always keep all your buttons with the same color because you want your customers to be able to directly spot your call to action. So keep it simple and use the same color for all of your buttons. So this is for the checkout page. Now let's get back to the home page, and in here we are going to do a lot of work. Starting with the fixed parts of your store, they are the announcement bar, the header, and the footer in here. Okay, so those parts are fixed, which means whether I'm on a collection page or on a product page or on any page, I'm going to see these sections. The announcement bar is the one you see in here. In here you have to announce something. Usually I like to put in here my shipping conditions, or if I'm offering, for example, free shipping for orders above 50% and things like that, $50 or things like that. So in here, for example, you can put free shipping for orders above $50. You can put a link if you wish. For example, if you are announcing something special, maybe a special collection or something like that, you can add a link. You can change the bar color, the text color, and so on. You can also in here add your social media links. You can even add a menu. In here you can add language selector, currency selector if you are offering these options. So this is for the announcement bar. And here comes a pro tip. Always offer free shipping to your customers. If you can't offer free shipping on all orders, offer free shipping with conditions. Because when you offer free shipping, for example, for orders above $100, you are giving your customers a reason to buy items over $100, and this way you will be increasing your average order value because you are giving your customers an incentive to increase the cart value in order to get your offer, which is the free shipping. So use this announcement bar to offer something special for your customers, something that can actually increase your average order value and increase your profit. Now after the announcement bar, we move to the header, okay? And this is the header section. In here, you can add your logo and you can change your logo width and you can make your header sticky. Now the header is sticky, which means when I'm scrolling down, the header stays in here. Let me remove this and show you the difference. So now when I'm scrolling, I can't see the header anymore. I prefer to keep it sticky because I guess it helps your customers navigate your store way easier. In here, you can choose which menu you want to show in here. So you create your menus inside of the navigation section of Shopify, and in here you link to your menu. In here you have the menu alignment. You have the if you have any sale, for example. In here you can change the featured product on mobile. Okay, let me show you how this works. I'm going to move to the mobile preview. And in here, I'm going to pick a collection. Before doing that, let me show you. Now, when I click in here, I only see my 2 menu items. If I add, for example, now a collection, let's say this one. When I go in here, I see my 2 menu elements and I see the collection I have picked. But this is only for mobile. So I'm going back to my desktop preview. In here, you can change things related to your search bar, if you wish, and so on. Let me move back in here. So this is an option that we didn't used to see inside of Shopify. This is something that's new, adding elements inside of the header. This theme allows you to add menu promotion. In this option, we are actually adding a section inside of your header. So let's say, for example, you want to create the sub menu with the images inside. You go in here and you click on add menu promotion. You go in here, you put your menu item name. Okay, I don't have a menu now to show you, but you put your link menu name. So let's say, for example, you have in here an item that's called women shoes. Okay, so you put in here women shoes, you choose an image, you put the title and the link. And when people go in here, they will see the image with the link. And you can add as many menu promotion as you wish. So after the header, you can add store messages. Let's say, for example, you have something special happening. You can add a message. You go in here, you click on add store message, and you add your first message. So this is very good if you are, for example, doing some kind of special promotions for Christmas or Black Friday or anything like that. So this is for the header, the announcement bar, and the store messages. If you scroll down in here, you can change the footer, which is the part you have in here. And you can select a menu for the footer, add payment methods, add language selector or currency selector, and so on. So now moving to the main homepage sections, okay? And now if you are used a little bit to Shopify, all of these sections in here are new. Before Shopify 2.0, we were able to modify our homepages. We were able to add sections, but we weren't able to customize them as much as now. Let me show you how far you can go with this new update. But also you have to know that many of the options you will see now depend on your theme. So if you are using a different theme, you might see different options. However, many of these options and the way you modify these options are the same. So the first section we have is the background video. So if you want to add a background video in your homepage, you can do it in here. I don't recommend you to do that because usually it slows down your website. So I'm going to click on background video. I'm just going to show you the options. You can add a video link. In here you can add an image, and this one will show while the video is loading. You can add subheading, heading, you can change the heading text size, you can add a text, and you can add a button. I highly recommend you to always add a button because you want a call to action. You want your customers to know what they do. This section of your store, the section people see before scrolling, is actually very important. Well, yeah, we are in 2021. People are now used to scroll more, but still it's very important to include a call to action in this first page, because in this way you will tell your customers directly what you want them to do. In here you can, for example, call the button, let's say shop now. And in here you can change the button link, and in here you can change the alignment. Remember, everything related to colors should be modified inside of the theme settings inside of the color section. In here you can change the layout if you wish, the mobile layout also, and the overlay style. Well, now I'm going to show you how to add a section. You scroll down in here. These are the default sections of the theme. You can modify all of them, okay? I'm going in here and I'm going to click on add section, and I'm going to choose, for example, maybe slideshow, and I'm going to move this section up above. You can add up to 20 sections. So this is my first slide and this is the second one. If you click in the slideshow, you can modify the settings related to the slideshow. For example, is it full screen? It's fixed heights, things like that. You can change the overlay style, which means if you have an image, you can put an overlay over it to make the text pop out more. You can change how to make the slideshow work. So let me, for example, choose dots. So now I should be seeing dots in here. And you can make the slides auto-rotate by choosing the time. Okay, I usually prefer not to use slides because they also slow down the store. So I'm going to remove this first one, and I'm going only to keep one. In here you select your image, and after selecting your image, you change the alignment, you add text, you add heading, subheading, everything else, and you go down and you modify all the options. This is something that's not new. We used to have something like that in older themes, so it's not something like very special about Shopify 2.0. After the slideshow, you have the rich text section, which allows you to add a text in here. You can add a text, for example, if you want to announce your brand, talk about your brand mission and things like that. If you scroll down in here, you have the text columns with images. This is also a very important section that you can modify. You can remove any block you want, you can add any block you want, and so on. In here you have testimonials. So in here you can change the testimonials options. If you go back, in here you can add testimonials and modify them. I like to have this section because social proofs are very essential. People usually need to trust you before buying from you. So adding reviews and showing people that other people actually bought your products and love them will help you to increase your store conversion rate and to make more sales. So in here you put the testimonials content and the author name. You can also pick an image for the customer, and you change the image alignment and so on. So going back, in here you have the featured collection section. Let me show you. This is the one, and you can also change the options about it. In here you have the image with text, blog post, and maps. And in here, when you click on add section, you can add any section you want. Okay, so these are the sections provided by this theme. You can add any of these sections. So you can add a newsletter, you can add a video, you can add a logo list, you can add custom content, whatever you want. So custom content is the section that's actually very nice because It's very customizable. You go in here, you can change the width, you can add an image, you can change the text and everything else. Also, I recommend you to have a newsletter section in here because you want people to sign up to your email list. If you don't know much about email marketing, or if you are simply doing some things here and there and you are still not into it, I highly recommend you to check last week's video on this YouTube channel where I showed you step by step how you can create your email marketing system. It's around 35 minutes tutorial, so I highly recommend you to watch it and to start implementing email marketing right away. As I told you before, you can add as many sections as you want. After finishing with that, you have in here the cross promotion section. This is the section in here, and you can change also everything about it from here. So when it comes to your homepage, it's very important to know the things that didn't actually change that much between the old Shopify and the new Shopify. Well, yes, it's true, now we can do much more things, but still in the older Shopify version, the homepage was a very good customized page. Our main problem was with the product pages and the collection pages. And this is the actual power of Shopify 2.0, that it allows us to modify our product pages and to create dynamic, unique sections inside of the product pages. So let's say, for example, you want to create a unique Instagram feed for each of your product pages, showing your customers wearing your product. Now you can do that using meta fields and using the dynamic sections provided by Shopify 2.0. I'm going to show you that in a few minutes, so stay with me. So we finished with the homepage and now we are moving to the product page. Also, the options you will see in here depend on the theme you are working on. Okay, keep that always in mind. So now I'm changing the default product template. If I go in here to my Shopify product page, in here under product template, I'm choosing the default product. I can go in here and I can create a new template, okay, and assign this new template to this product page. So let's say, for example, I sell bags and shoes and I want to include a maintenance guide for bags that's totally different than the one for shoes. So what I can do is that I can create two product page templates, one for bags and one for shoes. And I can, inside of each template, include the right maintenance guide. And I go to my products, and inside of the product template, I assign the right template for each product. So now I'm going to change the default product page. As I told you before, many of these things are related to your theme. So these are the fixed things, the things we have changed before. Now moving to the product page. Let me pick another product with a smaller title. So when I'm changing in here, I'm changing this part in here, the product page part. But this doesn't mean that I can't add new sections below it. So the first item is the title. Obviously, I can't change anything about it because this is the title. After it, I have the price. And after it, I have the vendor. I have the divider. I can remove it if I wish, like this. Or I can keep it. I prefer to keep it. And here you have the button, the buy button and the description. Okay, you can decide to show in tab or to open the tab or to show in quick buy as well. For description, I usually prefer to have the description below the product section. So I go in here and I click on show description below media. When you click on the product page from here, you will see many options. Like, for example, you can change the size, you can change the thumbnail positions. So if you have multiple images for the product and you have thumbnails in here, you can change their position. You can also enable stick on scroll, which means when I click this in here and I scroll in here, this image will be fixed while I'm scrolling in here. You can also enable video looping. I usually prefer to have the description below, so I'm going to remove this section from here. So I'm going to hide it. You can also add additional blocks from here if you wish. You click in here and you choose any block you want. I like to have a special testimonial in this section. So sometimes I add a testimonial inside of the product image and near the buy button. Let me show you how you can do that with meta fields, how you can add a unique testimonial for each of your products. So I'm going in here and I'm choosing to add a text. I'm going to move it up to have it under the divider. and I'm going to make it dynamic. Okay, when I click in here, the theme asks me, or Shopify actually asking me to add a meta field. So in order to create our meta field, we go to settings, meta fields, we go to products, and in here we click on add definition, and we start defining our meta field. Since in here we have chosen text block instead of rich text, we need to create a single line text. After doing that and saving, you go to products and to your product, and under the meta field that's now in here showing, you put the review you want to add. Okay, and you click on save. You go back in here to your theme editor, to the text block, you click here on insert dynamic source, and you insert the new meta field you have created, and you click on insert. You actually need to remove this part, and this is it. So now I have this review. This is it. So now I have this review. Okay, this is a small sample. In your case, you have to put a true review. That's why you might need to add, instead of text, to add rich text, which means multiple lines text. And with the same logic, you add and you insert a dynamic source, but this time you create multiple line text. So this is how you create a unique field for each of your products, which means you can have a unique review for each of your products. You enter this review inside of the meta field and use just link inside of the product template to this special meta field. So this is one of the most powerful things about this new update, the ability to create unique sections inside of each of your product pages. The same logic can be used for any section you want. So let's say, for example, you want to add a special Instagram feed for this product, or maybe you want to add special photos of your customers wearing the product. You can simply go in here, click on add section, add a gallery. When you go to gallery, you go to the first one. Okay, and instead of selecting a photo, you can select a meta field. But you have to first go to your meta fields in here. Let me show you how. You go to meta fields, you create a meta field which is image. Let's say you want to show 3 images per product. So I'm going to call it image 1. It's an image, and in here, I'm going to choose image. And I'm going to click on save. I'm going to create another one. I'm going to call it image 2. And I'm going to create a file, click on save. Now I'm going back to my products. I'm going to upload images here. So I'm going to select an image. Let's say this is the one. Okay, and in here I'm going to select the same image and I'm going to click on save. Okay, now when I go back to my editor, let me click here, I can select the first one. When I go back to the second one, I can also select the other one. This means I can add unique images inside of the product pages. Going back in here, you can notice that below the product page, which is this section, now you are able to add sections with the same way you were able to add sections in the home page. So I can go in here, click on add section, and I can choose between all of these sections. Let's say, for example, I want to add an image with text. I can do that in here, and I can move it up to have it here above the product recommendations, for example. You can see that you can create different types of meta fields. If you click in here, you can have color, date and time, file, measurement, number, rating, text, through all fours, URL, okay? So for example, if you have a unique Penton's guide for the product, you can have it uploaded inside of some kind of URL and link to it. Or you can have it simply as a text format, or you can simply have it as a file that can be downloaded, or maybe as a simple text, as I said before. So as you can see, using meta fields, you can create anything you want inside of your product pages, and you can make any section dynamic. going back in here to see what other options do we have. As I told you before, you can add any section, and all of the sections inside of the product page are now dynamic. So you can link to any meta field you want. So when it comes to collection pages, you can't actually until now add dynamic sections inside of the collections, but soon enough this will be available because Shopify promised that. When you go in here to the collection pages, you can also create different templates for your collection pages if you wish. So you can have a collection page for your, for example, books different than the collection page of your pens and pencils. So you go in here, you click on collection pages, and you modify the options. So all of this is related to the layout, to how you see things. If you want to add sections, you can click in here and you can add sections. Let me try, for example, with image with text. As you can see in here, I don't have the option to select a dynamic meta field. So as I told you before, this is coming soon, but until now it's not available. Okay, for the collection pages, I recommend you to keep it simple unless you divide your collections by material or, for example, by supplier and things like that. You can add sections inside of your collection pages talking about the supplier or maybe this special material and so on. And since the meta fields are not yet available for collection pages, instead of using meta fields, you can now create different collection page templates and assign the templates for your collection pages. I know this would take a little bit more time, but this could be easier for you and this could be a solution for you until we have the meta fields available for the collections. This theme also comes with a pop-up option. In last week's video, I have talked about the importance of pop-ups and why you should be capturing your customers' leads and what kind of offers you should be giving your customers in order to convince them to give you their emails. Well, this theme comes with a pop-up. So instead of using Klaviyo pop-up, you can use a pop-up provided by this theme. And here you decide whether you want to enable it or not. And here you decide the delay. So if you want it to show after 4 seconds, you do this from here. And here you change the frequency, the position, the heading, and the text, and you can even add an image. And in here you make sure that all the captured leads will be added to the newsletter sign up. I recommend you to use Klaviyo's pop-up forms instead of this one because with Klaviyo you can design separate pop-ups for mobiles and for desktops, and I have talked about the importance of this in my previous video, so don't forget to check it out after this video. So this is how you modify this theme. As I told you before, this theme is an advanced theme and it holds many options that you might not see in other themes. That's why actually this is one of my favorite themes ever. However, how you customize your theme and how you can profit to the maximum from Shopify 2.0 are the same between all themes. I hope this video will help you to customize your own theme and to unleash the power of Shopify 2.0. Thank you for watching this video and for staying up until the end. I truly appreciate that. Before leaving, I want to remind you to smash the like button, to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell, and to not forget to go down to the description and to sign up to my free workshop. This workshop will greatly help you to create a sustainable e-commerce business. So don't miss it out. It's 100% free and you just need to go down and to sign up, and this is it. See you next week. Bye bye.